Today I'm gonna talk to you a different kind of a lesson. This is, of course, you can see the heading, that is transition phrases. And in this lesson, you may also have heard about transition words as well. So today I'm gonna talk to you about phrases. You know what is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words. Phrase is a group of words, but here the specific idea given here is about transition phrases. So in other words, we can also call these as linking words or linking phrases or cohesive phrases as well. So let's see what this topic talks about. Transition phrases. Transition phrases, you know, the work of the transition phrases is the process of changing from one state to another. We also call this bridging. You know, why do we use a bridge? Bridge we use in order to cross from one side to the other. So it's the same case, like we connect two ideas together by using a transition phrase. The difference is it can be a word, then of course we call it as a transition word. When we use two or three words together, so we call it as a phrase. So I hope that is very obvious for you now. Why do I call this one as transition phrases, and why is it really important to us? It is, of course, really helpful for essay writing or paragraph writing and every types of writing skills. So in order to be an effective writer, you need to have a thorough knowledge about transition phrases. Especially this lesson might help O-level students and those who are getting ready for the general English this time, and you know, in particular for essay writing or paragraph writing as well. Well, the first transition phrase I'm going to talk to you is about equally important. Equally important. So equal word. Now here I have used it as an adverb. Important is also an adjective. So let's see about the example, and also let me tell you about how the bridging is done here. The education background and the professional experience. So let me take out the first point. It's about education background, and number two is the professional experience. So now here point number one, and you get point number two as professional experience. And both of them are connected by using the transition phrase equally important. Both of them are equally important means you give 50 for this one and you give 50 for this one. So these are equally important. I hope that's very clear to you right now. And also let me go ahead with the next example so that you'd be clearly understandable on this one. The health and the wealth. You take the first point, health, and number two as wealth. So you know what is health. This is number one and this is number two. Let's see how we can connect them together, how we can do the bridging. This is of course equally important. So health and the wealth, when you say are important, fine, that is just an adjective. But when you connect with the adverb equally, which means both of them are important. So I hope that equally important is much more clear to you. Let me move ahead with the next one, in fact. This is of course two words, in fact. When you want to specify something, and suppose that you talk about something and you want to add some more information into that, so in that case it's much better and much convenient to understand how this in fact is used. Alright, and then exercising helps. Exercising, here I have used a gerund as a noun and in the place of the subject. Exercising helps, it is singular, us to maintain a good health. And then the phrase, the transition phrase, in fact, it enhances immunity in our body. Alright, so now the first point is exercising helps us to maintain a good health. So when you do exercising, it's good for you to have a very good health. And I add more into that. I add more than one information into that, which is immunity. So in fact, in that case, immediately after health, good health, I add this one, in fact, and then I talk here with the subject pronoun it. It enhances, it improves immunity in our body. Okay, the last one, in other words, we'll try this once, this example. He is going to have lots of problems. Now for sure we do understand that he is going to have lots of problems, and then I add the phrase here, in other words. In other words, he will have a dark future. So dark future means to say that it's kind of a metaphor, dark future. When you say a dark future, which is really, rather gloomy type, right? And number two, the second example, our economy at present is not stable, which is fluctuating, and it's not stable. In other words, so it's also giving something more into that one. In other words, so that is to be clear. We will have a plenty of crisis. Okay guys, and this is the end of the lesson about transition phrases, and leave a comment if you are happy, and so that it is kind of encouraging to me, and hopefully I'll be in touch with this kind of lessons with you all. Have a great day.